Hey BrewTubers, so I know in the previous clip, which might be part of this video, that I was going to film a review of one of Danny ABA's sours, but just poured myself a bottle of my First Fruits Quadrupel, which has now been in the bottle for just about 6 months, and I shared it at the June bottle swap at Bitter Nesters, so I figured I'd pour it and review it. So, I've already poured it, obviously, and it is a nice, pretty opaque, dark brown. Like dark mahogany color, which is what I was looking for. But actually, let's pull out the flashlight app on my phone because this is a very dim light. You can probably see my webcam. So I'm filming this on. I'll turn on my flashlight app and just quickly show you guys the color. Yeah, it's a nice, pretty cloudy for some reason. Probably might have stirred up some of the yeast, but it's a nice dark red color. And a nice lingering off-white to khaki head. And the aroma, it's like a Belgian barley wine already. And actually the 750 that I opened smelled a little more, had a little alcohol heat in the aroma. It's very much almost like a nice malt richness, like caramel toffee. But then you definitely get below that some like dark fruits like dried dates and figs, and some of that Belgian yeast character, phenolic character, but not too much spicy phenolic character. Definitely, it's still pretty cold, but definitely right off the bat, there's a lot of aroma, and it's very rich malts, and a nice, Belgian quad, typical Belgian quad character undertone. So let's taste it. Cheers. Yeah. So that malt, there is some bottle to bottle variation, which is, when you're bottle conditioning a big beer and it's homebrew, it's kind of, each bottle, based on the fluctuations of temperature, whenever you're storing it, you're going to have some variation. So this bottle is definitely not tasting as hot at 10.2% ABV as the 750 that I opened at the swap. So, it's not as dry and phenolic as I would like. It's the only little caveat that I'll mention in this video because the rest of the flavors are very complex. And it has some of the richness that some of the sweeter Belgian strong dark ales have, but without like the syrupy sweetness that some of them have. So, because in addition to the 3 types of candy sugar that I used, or 3 in the simple sugar, I used the D90 syrup, the D180 syrup, and the Demerara. I'm just gonna look here on my I'm on the recipe. I used some aromatic malts for like richness and like deep malt character, like melanoidins. I used some 1 pound of Caramunic and 12 ounces of Special B and some regular, for some reason, a quarter pound of light Munich, of 10 Lovabond Munich. So, the Munich malts and the Special B and the aromatic really enhance and bring together a really nice rich malt character. Now, if I were to tweak the recipe, I might tone that down just to bring out a little bit more of the classic quad flavor. But overall, as it ages, it should, turn into either way, it's gonna be a really awesome tasting beer. More awesome than it already tastes from my first ever quad. So, as it warms up, the malt character is a little less barley winey and more Belgian strong dark or Belgian quad like. But my favorite of the Trappist quads, um, I mean, I like Saint Bernardus as an Abbey quad. I haven't had Westvleteren, but beyond that, my favorite is the Rochefort 10 because it has a lot of phenolic character along with the classic, sweet dark fruit character that that all Belgian dark beers have, whether it's a double or it's a regular or a quad or a Belgian strong dark ale. I don't know how it happened, but because I really don't know how there's that much variation. How the bottle, one bottle I open is pretty hot. People say they really like it, but it needs to age more. And then I open a smaller size bottle. I don't know if size matters in this case, but I just open another bottle and it's like not hot at all. So maybe it started off warm because it was in the fridge, and then my wife drove it to Brooklyn, but in a thermal bag with an ice pack. I don't know if it was just it started off warm, a lot warmer, so it was perceived as hotter in the beginning. Because with Belgium, I find especially with Belgian high ABV beers, you can actually start them a little colder than you would like a barley wine or an imperial stout and beers of that sort of nature. So definitely happy with the beer. Again, the only two tweaks I would make, as I mentioned earlier, were maybe tone down the specialty malts a little bit, just to bring out a little more classic Belgian, and then maybe change the yeast. Um, I could try to coax a little more phenols by, adding, a lower temperature step, like a ferulic acid rest in the beginning of the mash, and then fermenting a little bit lower to start, and then ramping it up to get the dark fruits. But in terms of dark beers, I don't know if the Belgian, the Trappist high gravity yeast is known for producing a ton of phenols, so I might have to switch the yeast in order to get that balance that I'm looking for of the rich Belgian, malt and dark fruit character, but have enough phenols and spiciness from the yeast to cut through all of that. But overall, those are just nitpicking because it's definitely a really awesome tasting beer. I would definitely enter this beer to a competition and definitely, recommend people trying out the recipe and fermenting it exactly how I did. So that's my First Fruits Quadrupel. I'm not sure if I posted the recipe in a blog post. I'll have to put the link in the description of this video. If not, I'll have to, when I post this video to my blog, I'll include the recipe. But otherwise, I wish you guys cheers, happy homebrewing, or happy homebrew Wednesday, because I don't know in what format I'm going to be posting this. And I'll see you in my next video.